I'm Evan and welcome to Gamey. Joining me on the show this week, it's Naomi Higgins.
Yeah, Naomi.
Hi, everyone.
Alasdair Tremblay-Birchall.
Woohoo!
Good movement. Love that.
Nice, very cool. Way to go.
Crocodile.
Very gladiator.
Thank you.
And Ben Russell.
I'm Ben Russell.
Alasdair,
We
you ever watch this show?
Yeah, a couple times, but I skip forward usually to see my.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
It's great to have you back, Ben. And you, Alasdair.
Thank you so much. It's
And Naomi, it's
you
great to have
also.
you back.
Great to have
So
me
much.
back, I guess.
No, it's great to have you back. But it's great to have you back, Ben. Especially Ben.
But it's really great to have
You guys
me
were
back.
talking absolute shit about me. It was
No,
hurtful.
we were not.
It was
When, last
hurtful
week?
to watch. I was watching it and a single tear just ran down my cheek and just held right there, and I could feel it holding, and the surface tension just kept it there.
and
If someone held a gun to my head and said you have to talk shit about one of your friends, I would probably talk shit about you.
Why?
Because I think
nice.
you could hack it.
You're a strong personality.
she believes in you. She believes in you, but also knows so many things that she feels could destroy you. Yeah. But she knows that
So many times you could destroy me. Absolutely. Yeah. No, you could. You just one tweet. Done.
Ooh, am I gonna do it?
It's like being best.
It's right here.
It's like being best friends with a lion. Okay? I'm a house cat. Watch out.
I want to thank our new patrons who signed up since the last episode. John, Daniel Paproth, Mike Schubert, Perry Ritter, and Jack Davenport. Thanks so much for signing up to our Patreon.
Thank you.
Beautiful names.
You could join that list by going to patreon.com/GameyGame and signing up there.
Thank you so much.
I like that name with all the P's in it. There's a name with a pop in it, wasn't there?
Perry Ritter?
Paproth?
Perry Rip.
Might have been.
Perry Ritter on Patreon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Paproth?
Paproth and
O's
Perry.
and P's and stuff like that.
Yeah, I call him Pappy.
Yeah, great.
Do you know who it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Personally?
No, I
know
mean,
him in the world?
he listens to my podcast.
Yeah,
Oh,
nice.
that's nice. He's
I call him Pappy.
a supportive guy.
Hi, Pappy.
Thanks, Pappy.
Hey, Pappy.
We are streaming. We are streaming the recording of the show live on Twitch at the moment. You can go to twitch.tv/GameyGamey show, 8 p.m. on Thursday next week to watch live. So we started a regular schedule of Fridays. We've done 2 of those before, realizing we couldn't do that, and it'll be Thursday next week. And hopefully it'll be Fridays after that.
Thanks for letting us know.
Yeah, what the F, Evan?
I'll check if you guys are available for that another time. I forgot about it until I read it just there. And also that I didn't know that until today. It's just things come up.
I'm busy.
What are you doing?
I'm getting drinks with some friends.
Well,
You could do that during the day. You don't have
Yeah.
anything else going on.
push it.
Hey, they have jobs.
Well, it'll be a great
Don't have
opportunity
that.
to get some other great people on the show then. So tune in next Thursday at 8 p.m.
You are replaceable.
I wouldn't have made those plans if I knew we were doing the show.
Well, I
Do you know what? I'll move it to Friday.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a very nice thing for you to do. I don't want to inconvenience you.
Well, it's too late, isn't it?
Yeah, you have.
Sorry, Naomi. Just one more thing.
What's up, brother?
If somebody does have a gun to your head, feel
Yes.
free to also take a shot at me.
I don't know you well enough.
No, but you can. You know what?
Someone's got a gun to your head. He's
The
being
gun
nice.
to your head. I'm saying that you can use me as fodder.
Alasdair,
Yeah.
I don't have enough thoughts about you.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know, and that's what I'm trying to change.
All right, I'll observe you tonight. I'll come up with
Just
some
really
opinions.
observe. I'm flawed. I'm flawed, I promise. I know it doesn't come across.
Alasdair wants to crack open that head and have a look inside.
Join us on the Twitch thing next Thursday. You can do a bit of you can watch this while we record the show, and then we also do a bit of chat with the viewers as we do it live, and then we also do like a bit of an after show on the Twitch, which will be a bit of fun. So go do that.
Fun.
A lot of fun.
Oh, it's so fun. I'm really enjoying the Twitch thing.
Yeah.
Once you learn what it is properly.
I'm learning so much about Twitch.
It's amazing. Someone who has streamed multiple times on Twitch.
But I did it at such a basic level, you know?
You did. You got on at 11 a.m. on a Saturday
Yeah.
and opened with a weather report for some reason every time.
Yeah.
Like David Lynch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The day today is September 26th. It is partly cloudy.
Yeah, and he's talking about like the force of the winds.
Yeah, exactly.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, keep going.
Also, we have a subreddit now. You can go to reddit.com/r/.
Don't fucking look at me, man.
You don't tell us anything.
This wasn't my idea. Gamey game?
The show's
Why couldn't you
gamey,
just make
gamey,
it all the same?
I should have put it in the script. It would have been a smart thing to do, right?
R Wall Street Bets.
Yeah, shout out to Reddit. Fight the
We
power.
got
Street Bets new.
And we had to change
Work
it.
brothers.
Gamey game. Oh, thank you for checking that. Reddit.com/r/.
Links are in the chat.
Links in the chat if you're watching on Twitch. This week, we're going to take a look at Cyberpunk 2077. But first, what if you could play games using your brain? No, I'm not talking about puzzle games, although you do use your brain to play those.
Is this written or off the top of your head?
He's improving.
Not, that's what
Oh, you came up with this earlier.
I came up.
Use your brain for that?
No, not really. I'm talking about brain-computer interfaces, controlling games with your mind instead of your hands. In an interview with One News in New Zealand, Valve co-founder Gabe Newell describes a not-too-distant future where games are piped directly into your brain for a fully immersive experience, controlled by thoughts, feelings, and impulses rather than using your hands, eyes, and ears, which Newell describes as meat peripherals.
Oh.
Not only that, but it could work the other way. Games could control who you think you are, give you artificial limbs, or cause you to feel actual physical pain.
Fuck.
Nothing will go wrong.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't wait to see the porn that is made first.
Yeah, that's obviously going to be the best bit. But
I can't wait for like the AAA version of this, like a AAA game of in this platform to come out. And, you know, it's had a 7-year development and it keeps pushing back the release date. And then when it comes out, it like kills people because it is so buggy. Like, they lose their minds.
You'd want to do a bit of testing, wouldn't you?
They just end up, have people just doing T-poses in their living room.
it wouldn't be that crazy that if if something went wrong with your mind, you kind of become an NPC. You just have a couple of lines. Hello, sir. Would you like to buy us rocket?
Yeah.
I would like to buy a rocket. How much?
Hello, sir. Would you like to buy us rocket?
If you die in the game, you die in real life. So that means like games like Rust may become even more exciting.
In Rust, you become a serial murderer of all your friends.
Yes.
Specifically you.
Also,
It's called playing a role.
I don't think that we've figured out any kind of like human brain language yet. I don't think they think that there is one, or if they know for sure. So
Gabe Newell is very confident about this stuff.
Wow, well,
and
I believe him.
You got to be when you're making big promises and you're investing so much money. But but probably the emotion that they can make us feel very easily would be anxiety.
Oh, yeah.
I think maybe the first game should be an anxiety-based game.
That's what we need. That's what the world needs right now.
Oh, somebody's put a probe into my brain for a game.
Escapism. He talks about the idea of being able to change your mood with a button.
It's not gonna.
I changed my mood with
But
a
if
pill. It
you're-
works fine.
He talks about just sleep being just an app that you run. You just dial in the parameters. How long do you want to sleep for? When do you want to wake up? How much REM do you need?
I
or
sleep
whatever.
with a pill. Works fine.
He's suggesting that maybe you don't need a pill. All you need is like a brain implant.
Oh, great. That's way easier.
Yeah. I reckon this guy might be entirely full of shit.
He
Like, who was that woman, the blonde woman who wore black?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, the lady who modeled herself on Steve Jobs and had the.
the Theranos woman.
Yes.
Yeah. What was her name?
Elizabeth Holmes?
Holmes.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
I think.
Is that right?
Yeah, Elizabeth Banks. No, Elizabeth Holmes.
Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah, and it sounds like her.
Elizabeth Banks, Katie
Yeah, right.
Holmes.
I don't think enough is understood about the brain.
Um,
Like, I mean, what's his name? Elon's trying to do that thing where you implant something in your thing. But that's
Don't they already have technology where you can, like, control basically a TV with your brain?
Yeah,
I feel
so
like I've seen that
essentially,
with
it's kind of like this
concept.
thing. So they're talking about headsets with EEG sort of sensors, right? Is that what it is? It's like basically reading electrical impulses. And
know
basically
about
they're doing, you guys, because you're engineers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm following. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, EEG.
And I think what he's saying is at the moment it's fairly like broad, and it's simply a case of making that more accurate and pinpointing the areas of the brain that you either need to be stimulating or kind of sensing, reading from,
Yeah.
to then be able to translate that into, controls or what have you.
Yeah,
Medical possibilities are astounding.
Yeah.
It's interesting when he talks because he doesn't talk like a visionary. Like he's quite blasé about it. In this interview on
That's
on One
fucking
News.
cool.
Well, no, I think I'm inclined to
Gabriel's
believe him
cool.
because he's just so casual about it. He's not sure. I don't feel like he's trying to sell me anything.
He might
It's
be
just
a psychopath.
he could.
He's
be.
he's casual because he's in New Zealand. And he has
Yeah.
nothing to worry about.
It's true. Yeah.
It's a beautiful place.
But it's a great sort of it's a great idea. He talks about the idea of these experiences being superior to reality, right? Because you can
Right, this is like every dystopian.
yeah.
This is Vanilla Sky.
So instead of like VR, where all you're doing is putting a screen in front of your existing eyes,
Ugh, hate that.
you could pipe directly to your brain, and then the real world will just seem flat and colourless and blurry by comparison.
Why would you want that?
Because it's better in your brain.
Yeah, but
You can make people forget, like in
maybe.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Possibly, yeah.
Here's the things that start happening straight away. Ads are infiltrated right into your brain, and while you sleep, you can't stop it. Companies,
That's going to happen. That'll be the first thing.
Companies know everything about you that that you can do, whatever. So they're following you. They're listening to your thoughts. They go, "Oh, you want a burrito, do you?" And then a hand comes out of the ground with a burrito, and then you go, "Oh, well, it's $50 for the hand floor burrito." And then you go, "What? That's way more." But that's
It's too much for a burrito.
a little bit more than
you're
Uber Eats.
you're paying for the hand. That's what you're paying for. That's what gets you. If you go to a burrito shop and they give you a burrito, $10, $15 if it's a fancy place. You know what I mean?
a lot of those places, workplace accidents, no hands at all. And then and
Yeah.
that's how you get the discounts.
How do you wrap a burrito without hands?
Man, they could do anything.
Yeah.
How dare
I
you?
can do this.
Hands are, after all, just a meat peripheral.
You're right, and I apologize. I'm with this guy, and I would love this to be something that you could do, but
It
there's
sounds terrifying.
Sounds awful.
no, I know. Look, but it's like it's interesting.
Technology has only brought us good. We know that.
But
Totalitarian governments just pop up. I mean, they already do with the vaccines, man.
they've thought of it. They've thought of it, and now there's nothing that's going to stop it from happening. And then
Yeah.
eventually, the net banking app is going to be only on the brain chip. And then you're going to be like, well, how am I going to access my net banking if I don't
sorry.
have the brain chip? So then you're like, well, all right, I'll just upgrade just for the net banking. And then they'll get you onto the eyeball Twitter, where you've got Twitter constantly scrolling in your eyes like that.
Get out.
Like going, just people going, I fucking hate you. Oh, why'd you grow that mustache?
G'day, Al. It looks like you're overdrawn. You've got 5 hours to deposit enough money to bring your account back into the black, or we'll make you shit yourself. Thanks for banking with Combank.
Okay, thank you.
All right. $50.
I'm gonna shit myself
You have
again.
$100, I'm gonna shit myself.
We better go somewhere private.
I don't get paid till tomorrow, so I'm gonna go lay down in the tub for the night.
I've been eating nothing but hand burritos, and they've been clogging me up, so this is actually quite good for me.
Is there no appeal in improving on yours? This is self-improvement, isn't it?
This is fucked up, bro.
I think that
Serious?
the bad completely outweighs the we can play funny games or we can look at pornography.
It's not just games and pornography. Like it's
You could just have
No, there.
real life.
That's all there is, Evan. It's just games and porno.
Well, I mean, from his point of view, I suppose it is, but he's obviously coming out from a game development point of view, and he is acknowledging that there's a lot more kind of around that.
Brave.
There's a whole medical industry that could benefit from this sort of thing.
Knowledge.
But also, there's like, once you're glitching and there's a metal thing in your brain, right? These are permanent changes to your own brain that are happening, right? And so it's not like, oh, this game was a bit glitchy. You go, oh, now I do this all the time. Like that. And
Now I have an English accent. Hello.
Just like
Brought to you by Ubisoft.
Wait.
Assassin's Creed London.
You have something in your head to use this?
I'm not sure. So the EEG thing is just a thing that goes over your head, like a VR headset sort of thing. I think if they actually wanted to affect your brain, they'd need to be sending stimulus through your brain. And so in some of the footage I've seen, because this is stuff that is already being researched, obviously, and I think there is something of a Matrix-style jack involved.
Man.
A jack.
If this comes out...
Jacked in.
Like a
Jack in so you can jack off.
plug. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't even have to jack off. The machine jacks you off.
yeah.
Oh! And I'm back in.
Takes all the work out of it.
Okay, well, I know, like we've said that obviously humans will make this awful, like they always do. But if I am 70 and this comes out, I'm gonna fucking jack the fuck in so hard.
I mean, yeah, that's, elderly people don't even use condoms because they're like, who cares if I get an STD?
Yeah.
I'm about to die.
Pop it in, jack me in.
Same thing. Put my brain in a bag. I'm not gonna put my brain in a bag and protect it from this game. Just raw dog my brain right into this new game. Yeah.
Jack me in, hook me up to a feeding tube of Inshore and a catheter and say goodnight, baby.
Ben and Alasdair.
God bless you.
Why are you excluding Naomi from this?
I'm excluding Naomi because your human eyes are flawed. You have to wear glasses.
My human eyes.
Your human eyes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you keep saying like you're.
Naomi has to wear
I wear
glasses.
glasses all the fucking time, bro.
Do you? You do wear glasses. Your eyes are flawed. Are you wearing contacts?
Yes.
Right. Your eyes are all flawed.
Can I do
I'm the only one here with.
Can I do a quick Jim to the office look into the camera?
Wait, I want to do one too.
Oh, can I do one?
Yeah. That's
Wrong.
Gabe says human eyes, while they make sense from an evolutionary perspective, don't make sense. They're not representative of consumer preferences.
What?
In that they fail. If they fail, they're hard to repair. Those, or they might fail permanently, and these sorts of things. You might need glasses, or you might need contacts. And
eyes are fucking amazing things.
Yeah, but also.
yeah, but it could be better, right?
Yeah, but
it manages
what
to-
were the words you used?
Take in light and then
Consumer preferences.
focus it into some sort of brain and then decipher it, and it cancels out your fucking nose. It's an amazing thing. How dare you besmirch eyes?
Your brain's doing that, not your eyes.
Yeah, they're the same thing, bro.
No, we're talking about your brain. Your brain is amazing bit. Your other bits.
Your eyes are fucking shit.
I like eyes.
I want to see one.
Your eyes.
There has to be,
my
they
eyes
have
are
to make-
cool.
before he can claim this, they have to make one eye that's better than any eye.
Yeah.
The whole point is you don't make eyes. It's not about replacing your eyes.
It's about doing things in your brain that your eyes can't.
Yeah, it's about
up.
circumventing your eyes. You don't need eyes because you have a computer that's generating imagery directly into your brain.
But you got what? So, but you're just getting some game designer to make a landscape that's nicer than the real world.
Well, he's talking about it from a gaming point of view.
Yeah.
I mean, if you could replace your eyes with cameras, I suppose, as a medical or from an upgrade sort of point of view. But
I mean, this is like.
Damn, they should
this
talk about
sounds,
this in a game.
This doesn't sound practical, right? This sounds like you're bringing out, HD DVDs when Blu-rays have already won the war. Because when this happens, we can all just jack in and get into the singularity and upload our consciousness into the great computer, and we won't need this. It'll be outdated.
we need what? Replacement eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Because our souls will be in the cloud.
Yes.
Also,
Well, Shed this corporeal body.
I don't know if you can make. Wait, so you're not talking about making fake eyes, right? You're not talking about making.
No, he's
saying you don't
fucking
need
saying eyes are
eyes
so
for-
not even worth.
This is
Oh, will you listen?
Yeah, this is
It's a game to him.
Well, could you just do
Let's see that. I don't want to
like
do
a
pornography.
game that is like you don't even need eyes, you don't even need to see. It's all just like, let's say they do crank into your junk, right? And it's just they just keep you on the edge, right? And it's just an all edge based adventure game.
What, you're just edging the whole time?
It's just edging.
More
It
edge
never
than
lets
a
you-
Melbourne open mic night.
And it just takes you there, and it takes you right there to the edge, and it takes you back, and it takes you there. But you're jumping and you're landing on things, but you only hear that. It's like a blind person getting edged. Anyway, I don't know what this game is yet.
What are you talking
Why don't you? He's saying you see the images in your head.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Or you
but
need to look at them with
what
your
if you
eyes.
could actually go
Like
into
if
your
you're in a dream.
mind without eyes and see the edge that you get to right before an orgasm? And then it would be like a beautiful cliff face. It'd be like
you're
being.
just making up.
It'd be like on the edge of Scotland.
You wouldn't want it to be too beautiful a cliff face, right?
There's all this liquid just there, and then there's this rock.
Is that what you imagine when you're jacking off, Alasdair?
This is actually. I love.
I picture
Here I
it
go
more
off
of
the
a.
cliff.
You know, a lot of people they go for nudes, but I go for landscapes. Sometimes a bowl of fruit.
So your sex edge is like the cliffs of Dover.
Yeah, I love it. I love Dover.
Guys, let's
the
get
difference between you and me.
Alasdair a nice drone for Christmas.
A drone or a what?
A drone you can
drone.
make your
That'd
own
be
porn.
beautiful. Thank you.
That's the difference between you and me because when I think about it, my orgasm cliff is the Grand Canyon.
Hello.
Okay, Texas.
Look out. These colors don't run.
He's from Texas.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
Do you know anything?
Fuck.
Evan didn't know I wore glasses.
I forgot. You're usually not wearing them.
Well,
No, I usually am wearing.
Usually wearing them.
don't talk shit about. Don't talk shit about Naomi if you got a gun to your head, because you're gonna fail. You're gonna get shot in the head.
Yeah.
Is the person with the gun doing some kind of test on the knowledge of the person?
Do you want them to be?
Yeah. How many bad things you know about them?
It's a fun quiz.
Maybe we should move on.
No.
All right.
Sit in this. Like the little piggies that we are.
Okay. My
Annoying.
my closing statement on this is that I think it's great that he wants to do this kind of thing, and it's very advanced and stuff. But I just don't think that the understanding of the brain is enough, and I think it's probably going to. Look, maybe I'm like a person who, when the book came out, you know, and people were like, "That's ruining your brain," reading that book. Like that, apparently, people did say that, right?
Yeah, right.
When the
Books will rot your brain.
yeah, they're taking you out of the world and that kind of stuff.
What I mean,
I still think that probably zapping your brain with actual electricity and putting all sorts of magnets around there all the time
Might actually be fucking with your brain.
could actually mess with things.
well, actually, we did enough. A family friend, they had like this experimental surgery where they put a little electrode in the brain to like help with seizures, and it's really helped. It helps with. I think he had Parkinson. That's right, Parkinson. It's helped to sort of temporarily.
But do you think with those
really good.
implants,
Prolong
it's going
the-
to be really hard to get them allowed?
What?
Because so many people in politics are religious, and the Bible talks about the mark of the beast. Do you know about this?
What?
In the Bible, they talk about that there's like a mark of the beast, and if you get the mark of the beast, then you can't be forgiven, and you just go to hell.
Right.
And so that's why all these people were like mad about the vaccine because they thought it had a chip in it.
It's the mark of the beast.
So we don't. That's open to interpretation. What the mark of the beast is.
Yeah, but they think it would be like an implant, or when I was young, my mum said she thought it was probably like a barcode. If you got a barcode like tattooed
It's up to
on you.
convenience.
Right.
Whatever people want people to be afraid of.
I just feel like there's a lot of religious people who would not want people getting implanted in the brain.
Even the brain doesn't allow stuff into the brain almost.
Yeah.
Like there's a whole brain-blood barrier that's blocking most stuff from getting in there.
You mean physically blocking?
There's like stuff in the vessels so that most blood can't go up in there. It only
no,
allows
mate.
the important stuff to get through.
No, dude. I'll tell you what you do.
Talking about?
I'll tell you what you do, Al. Okay. You get your credit card. Okay. You pay up nice and fine. You crunch it up. You put it in little lines. You just take a little $5 note from your thing, and then you roll it up, little hole, and then you get that up. You dust it up there. You know what I mean?
And the brain lets that in.
Man, that brain will let it in, mate. Big time.
Guards down! Everything, come on in? Anything. Drugs, apples, fish, the smell of dogs.
If you snort an apple, I guarantee you it'll keep the doctor will not even think about you anymore.
I promise you.
I promise
If
you.
that's a problem you're having.
If a doctor is thinking about you too much, snort an apple, we'd be like, I don't even remember you.
The thing is, when you've got a doctor that's thinking about you too much, who do you go see about that? Usually a doctor. Well, that's the problem. That's the source of the problem. If he's face to face.
What about the police?
I don't need any more institutional type guys thinking
You're
about
right,
me.
yeah.
The logic of that one really went downhill.
Gabe Newell did say that that it would suck if you got hacked by Russian malware or something like that.
It would suck?
Yeah.
Real bummer.
Well, so his quote was,
Putin is very good.
Nobody wants
Hey,
to
guys.
nobody wants to say, oh, remember Bob? Remember when Bob got hacked by Russian malware? That sucked. Is he still running naked through the forest? Or whatever. So yeah, people are going to have a lot of confidence that these are secure systems that don't have long-term health risks.
That probably wouldn't have
He's
happened.
across it.
If somebody was running naked through the forest, you're not doing that for that many days before you perish. So he's saying, is he still doing that? It would only happen.
Keeping up your
Oh, no. He's dead now.
Pretty insensitive. It's a pretty recent occurrence.
Yeah. He had a child.
Child with a wombat.
Let's crack on. After several delays, Cyberpunk 2077 was eventually released in December, but what followed was nothing short of a disaster. With so many bugs, it was taken off the PlayStation Store and retailers offered refunds. A month and a half later, we're up to patch 1.11, so does Cyberpunk 2077 finally live up to what we were promised? Let's take a look at the trailer.
Test of a person's true value. Death. Facing, staring it down.
Johnny.
I got you.
Pressure's tanking.
It's neurogenic shock. He's dying.
V, you in there?
My head. So what now?
Now, you find out what it is you need to do.
A thing of beauty, I know.
You've never backed down from anything in your life, even when you maybe should have. You go through Night City knowing a stray bullet could end you while hailing a cab. But that's never stopped you from taking action.
You believe you cheated death. It is death that has cheated you.
If you gotta kill, kill. If you gotta burn it all to the ground, then let it burn.
Underground, asshole, don't move!
Out of my house! No!
Will never fade away. What you did to me, I know. Somehow I find a way, but I think of beauty.
Would you rather live in peace as Mr. Nobody, or go down for all times in a blaze of glory?
Will never fade away.
That was a look at the trailer for Cyberpunk 2077. Ben, you've finished this game, have you?
I have, yeah. I went back and did a couple of multiple ending there as well.
Yeah?
In the last,
Wow.
in the last stage.
Do you have a dick?
I did have a dig, yeah.
How big was it?
It was a big one, the biggest you can get.
Cut or uncut?
Uncut.
Is that an option?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
There's two kinds of dicks. And then there's
I like
three
my
sizes
dicks
for each.
au natural. Thank you very much.
I've been watching Sex in the City.
Oh, yeah.
And there's an episode where Charlotte is seeing a guy who has an uncut dick. She's really freaked out about it.
It's very, in America, they like to cut their dicks.
It's crazy. They all do it.
This,
You guys want to add anything?
Anyway,
Yeah. Yeah, I had to make that choice when I've got two sons, so I had to make that choice. And my choice was to not cut. Anybody?
Wow. Well done.
Congratulations
I hope this
on.
makes the final edit. This is online for them, so that when they grow up, they know that when they were under 5, Dad
Looked you in the eyes and said, "I'm not going to chop his dick off."
if I die, this is there for them.
Yeah. You want to say anything to them?
I'm sorry that I died. I didn't want to die. I was trying to live forever, but I love you guys. Take care. I'm really proud of you.
Hey kids, it's Ben. I'll be looking after you now.
A thinner version of me.
And you can call me Pep Pep or Pep. And you know I think you're gonna have a lot of fun. You know.
Right.
But they'll watch this long after I'm dead, so they will have spent a lot of time with you by that point.
Yeah. Well, this is just a little Easter egg. You know.
They're gonna be like, we did have fun.
Did have fun.
So
Now he's dead, and then now it's your turn.
Hi, kids. Sorry I killed Alasdair and then subsequently Ben. But I got away with it because you're watching this in your 30s, is that?
They're probably going to be 30 now.
Please don't tell anyone. Love you.
It's nice that you're showing love to them at least. That's really nice.
yeah.
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 I am quite fond of your son. He's very funny.
Yeah. Your son is Prince.
Yeah, great. Well, thanks so much. There's another one who's quite good so far.
I haven't met him.
Don't know him.
Don't know him. Yeah. Boring.
I'll be the judge of that when I meet your son.
So okay, I waited to play this game because it had a pretty disastrous launch. Obviously, a lot of people are across this.
What happened?
It wasn't really finished, but they released it anyway. I was waiting because I wanted to play it on next-gen consoles when it was released on next-gen consoles. It still isn't released on next-gen consoles, but that's fine. But I wanted to wait until kind of the bugs had been fixed, basically. I didn't want to sink time into something that was I'm just gonna lose my save because of the save file was corrupted, or you hit game-breaking bugs or these sorts of things, right? Which people were sort of reporting. So I started playing it this week just to see what it was like. They're up to now patch 1.11, as I said in the read. So they released patch 1.1, was supposed to be the big patch, or the first big patch.
Yeah.
To sort of fix a lot of the problems.
I don't think I've played it since that.
Yeah, right, okay. And then they had to release another patch straight after that to fix the problems that introduced. So hopefully, I guess 1.11 is a reasonably stable thing. I haven't had any issues myself, like in terms of bugs or anything. It's been running fine. I've been playing on Xbox Series X. Although, I kind of regret that. I think I'd enjoy it more on PC. You played it on PC, right? Have you played it?
Yeah.
And on PC?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Do you think PC is the way to go?
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Couldn't even buy it on PlayStation for a while. Can you still not?
That's why I bought it on Xbox.
The best way to play it is on PC with a mouse and keyboard and then a controller just nearby in case you want to drive, which you will have to drive.
Which you do have to drive. I thought
I switch
Why?
because driving with the keyboard is dog shit.
I'm the
How
same.
much
I
are you
agree.
driving?
Quite a bit.
You need the
I prefer. It's right there.
haptic feedback.
It's literally, I just go from there and go. Sometimes I've even got it there, and I'm doing that, and I go.
On top of the keyboard.
No, just on the rest.
You got to rest.
I've got to rest.
Like to help protect your wrists.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Wrist
nice.
rest.
because it's a little bit of a raised keyboard.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know,
Get carpal tunnel.
I haven't yet. Fingers
Gotta
crossed.
rest. Yeah, PC.
I was fairly impressed with the driving because I had been playing.
I thought it was terrible.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm comparing it to Watch Dogs Legion,
Yeah, that's
which
terrible.
is so bad.
You love driving in games.
I
I love driving in
love a
games.
driving game.
I love a driving game. I actually do love a driving game. I thought it was pretty good, like as good as like GTA or something, which is still not like it's not great, but it's pretty good for a game that isn't a driving game.
It's weird. It's like eating. The play in this game is like eating like a fast food burger. You know, you're really enjoying it while you eat it, and then afterwards you kind of look back and go, that wasn't great.
Right.
I felt like I really loved it playing it, and I had a really good time. And I still, when I finished it, I went back and I tried to complete as many side quests as I could, and even picked up some fun, bigger side quests that I missed. So I really tried to do a lot and leveled my character up high. I leveled it. And there's just some things that still like piss me off, like the driving. Yeah. I mean, it is easier to say what's wrong with this game than what's right, because it gets a lot right. But like,
out of curiosity, how do you find driving in the regular world?
I love a regular drive.
Yeah. Like, do you like the mechanics of the real world?
Yeah, big time.
You drove here.
Yeah. How's the handling?
Yeah.
I've got a Subaru.
Is it a bit arcadey? Is it a kind of a bit?
No. It's realistic.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
It's unrealistic. It's more of a simulator.
Okay.
Yeah.
So better than in the game?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Continue.
Um,
I hope I didn't disturb you.
My initial impressions, just after playing a little bit of it, is that I found it quite clunky, which I didn't.
Yeah.
Which puts
In
me
what
off.
way?
In the way that it, well, I guess in a lot of ways, in the way that it controls, like it just doesn't feel smooth to play, moving around and that sort of thing. Also, visual problems like animations not, like jumping between animations or, those sorts of things that are just like, it's just lacking that polish. Things that like after playing, like the last sort of big game I played was The Last of Us Part 2, I just finished that, which is, it's just so polished, it's so smooth, all that stuff it's just so well done. So to jump into a game like this is like, it just, even though it looks, the graphics are great, it does look really good. I'm playing on Xbox Series X and I switched it to quality mode rather than performance mode, just to sort of see what it was like. And it does look beautiful, like it is a great looking game, but it kind of has those, like, the clunkiness for me, it breaks the immersion. It's such a captivating world, but I just feel like that the clunk is a barrier.
The world is pretty amazing.
It
Visuals
really is
are
impressive.
Stunning.
Like, yeah.
There's this great one where you're like driving up on the cliff side and you can see Night City,
I didn't say that in front of Alasdair.
and there's like a power station, and that vista was one of the best. Like, I was just like, this looks amazing, and the city itself is amazing. It's a weird thing because it does so much right. Like, it's a really good game, and a bit of clunk is fine. A bit of clunk is good for your diet.
Sure.
Yeah, it keeps you regular.
Yeah. I was sitting there going, why couldn't this be more like Rage 2?
Fuck you. You fucking pissed me off now.
Would you let them make a helmet that you wear so that you could be in that game?
I mean, this is the kind of world that feels like it's made for.
Yeah. But don't you see that that's where the limits are? You go, you get into there and you go, oh, so beautiful, and then you go like, it's not quite as good as regular life.
I think it's because it's so vivid and such a great world. It really highlights when you do reach the limits of it, and because the limits come a lot sooner than what you think.
Yeah, right. What sort of limits are you
of,
talking about there?
In terms of just the feeling, how alive the city can feel.
Right.
Right, because it's filled with people, but they're all NPCs.
They're all
the same thing over and over again.
Brainless, yeah.
And I remember like walking into the city, whatever it's fucking...
Night City.
Night City. I was like, wow! And then I realized that I couldn't actually interact with like anyone.
Yeah.
Right. How does that compare to like...
I remember when I became an Aldecado, which is a nomad, which will come later.
An avocado.
An avocado. When I became an avocado, I was like, bloody take that, millennials. Here goes your house with me.
What do you actually say?
When I became a nomad, right? You get sworn as a nomad, as one of their own tribe.
I didn't nomad.
And this comes later in the... Yeah, it's a part of the campaign. And there was a bit with that, and everyone's having a party, and then I go around and I talk to one of the NPCs, and they're like, I don't even know who you are. And I was like, bitch, I was just sworn in as one of your family. It was just like completely just pick from a bucket of responses. There was no sort of...
Right.
You compare that to something like Red Dead Redemption 2, which is such a detailed, rich world that it feels like you can go in any building and stuff's happening like it's...
It
people are doing shit.
It doesn't feel like a game where you can just do anything.
Yeah.
Which is like I feel like what they tried to sell it as.
Very much
so. Totally,
What the
yeah,
vibe
yeah.
I got from even just
there's no factions you can join. There's no real sort of ongoing jobs that you can kind of take, except for finding the people that have gone cyber mad. But that's like there's nothing that keeps you playing it outside of exiting the game. Like once you've done, that game is over.
But is
you don't need to really play it anymore, except for when you get that urge to see those visuals again.
Right.
Isn't the idea that decisions that you make along the way open up side quests that you can't possibly have?
So this is again where the limits of it, right?
Yeah.
Are there's the illusion of choice, but none of what you do really
affects anything.
Save for you're all that classic. You have a major choice at the end.
Well, having not played this game and having only watched it on PC, a review on PC, they were saying that decisions that you make some quests not even be available. Some people, and things like that. So
maybe, but I mean, it's not in terms of how it would end. I think it can make things unavailable, but in terms of how it would end, I think you've got those three. You've got either like, no, I won't say. I mean, it's been out. We can spoil, can't we?
I don't know if you can.
Do you want me to spoil?
No, I just want to speak.
If you don't,
I'm sorry.
I was like getting a bit bored, to be honest. I probably played about 7 hours of this game. I don't know, just fucking around a bit in 2 sessions. And I was like, I'll just fuck around. And I saw like cops were in a shootout with some criminals. First of all, you're a criminal, but you can also like do jobs for the cops, which is fucking weird, which is like the opposite of punk.
Yeah.
And then, anyway, I just got in one of their cop cars and I was like, ha ha ha, and I just drove away. And then I was just driving around and no one cared. So then I just like stopped the car and got out.
If you do something, the cops just spawn right there. Like they don't.
Right. Yeah, there's no chase.
And there's no chasing. If you run away from the cops, they don't follow you.
Yeah, right.
There's no car chasing that you can just, you can't GTA it. You can't just go in, be a psychopath, and then have this wonderful police chase and shootout.
Yeah, in that way
There's
it's
none of
less
that.
sophisticated than GTA.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Like, they didn't even notice. I took their car.
And the RPG mechanics, like the leveling, I found that there are an illusion of choice. There are so many things that you can unlock, but a lot of them do absolutely fuck all.
Well, see, this was interesting to hear because when I got into it, I was intimidated by how much there seemed to be.
Yeah.
It just seemed like, well, it's so much to take in. I mean, there's a lot of like information in terms of the world and the narrative to begin with, but also in terms of like the game mechanics, there's a lot of like decisions to make quite early on. You're like, I don't want to pick the wrong thing or say the wrong thing, or how's this all going to play out? So it's interesting to hear you say that it maybe doesn't make that much difference.
So there are builds that you can make with your player with your leveling that can change your gameplay and bring something new.
Like I noticed in like dialogue trees.
Buried underneath this kind of your intelligence and your cool all have like you level that up, but then you've got little sub talents, and each one has their sub talents, and you got to like plan it out. But a lot of them don't like do tiny, minimal dog shit things that you have to end up looking at a wiki and being like, what build do I want to play? Do I want to, and what things are cool to unlock? That's literally the best way to play it because it's not user friendly at all, and it just is there to be like, this is an RPG, kind of. It's not. I would say it's not really RPG in that regard for leveling. It's kind of like Fallout 4.
I spent a lot of my points on being cool.
All right.
Yeah.
I set mine fairly evenly because I'm terrified in these games that if I don't give myself like a little bit here and a little bit there, then I'm not gonna be able to do stuff somewhere. But I noticed when I was going through.
You'll never be cool.
Yeah, I was going through some of the dialogue trees, and it does tell you when you can't, when something's when you're missing out on something. Like there might be an option there. It's like if you had a little bit more hacker or whatever, then you could get out of this situation in this way or whatever, which I kind of appreciate because that at least shows you what you're missing out on, I guess. Like it gives you a bit more context to all the stuff that I said at the start. Oh, if I did change it, I could have gone this way. Whereas otherwise you're sitting there going, how could this be any different?
Are the games any different apart from like the first 20 minutes?
No, not at all.
That's what I thought. Because it's so weird. You come from 3 different things.
Yeah, I went
and
corpo.
I felt like
You went.
nomad.
Yeah, right.
And I feel like you spend the first 20 minutes, you meet Jackie in whatever way you do.
Yep.
And then game's exactly the same.
Yeah. You have that montage of you being you like, whatever you pick, you ultimately be like, oh, you're a street kid now and you're living,
Yeah.
Right.
no, whatever. But you'll have different, like slightly different dialogues on depending on that one, but they function pretty much the same way.
Right.
They function, I think there's just slightly the dialogue that they deliver. But I don't know, I played as a corpo and then didn't do the other 2 because I don't want to play it again.
Is this an expensive game to make?
Yeah.
Oh, it would have been hugely
Make-
expensive to
I
make.
think it was 9 years.
9 years.
7.
But like compared to GTA,
Should've been 9.
is it like would it be sort of way more expensive than GTA or something like that?
See,
Like-
I don't know. It feels like it's been in development as long as a GTA game, but it just feels like it's not. What were they doing all that time? It's like-
It's bad management.
I mean, it's clearly an enormous amount of work to pull something like this off. And you look at something like Red Dead or GTA 5 or something like that. It's almost unfathomable how they can pull something like that together.
Yeah.
It's and to have it at a level of pot. Don't.
Hey.
Tyler's going to eat the Oreos. Chocolate isn't good for dogs.
that's gonna be the limits of like this hyper reality stuff that like the games will become too expensive to make.
Someone has to make it.
Somebody has to make it. Somebody has to make it hyper real. So at some point you can't, like the closer to reality you want to be, the more expensive it's going to be to make.
I think it'll probably get easier and cheaper to do this.
I still think that to recreate real, it's going to be one of those. It's going to be one of those curves. One of those ones, exponential curve.
Yeah, right.
That the
Gonna
closer
go
to
up.
reality you want to get, the more. But I guess there's always going to be shortcuts for tricking the brain. But to have more options of things that you can interact with and things like that and stuff like that. 'Cause
Having more options of things you can interact with isn't like reality isn't necessarily about. I forgot what I was saying, but you get my point.
yeah, but it's
Like there are games where you can interact with like so much more shit than there are this one.
But like interact with a lot of things, then be able to interact with the things in a various number of ways. Like, in a game, you might pick up a pen and you can write a thing with it, right? But in real life, you can pick up a pen, you can stab somebody in the neck, you can sort of hide.
You guys
it
are
in a
talking
hole.
about choices and the nature of reality and consciousness way more than this game talks about it, really. It's crazy that you could have a cyberpunk genre and they like just kind of be like, oh yeah, sure you've got another consciousness in your head. That's kind of it. We don't explore that in any way.
Because when we talked about this on it must have been our last episode of last year, you were saying it lacked the.
And I hadn't played it all.
Yeah, right.
And I was hoping that it went more into that, or at least got a little bit weird, like
Talking about the cyberpunk
does.
theme of like what it means to be human, right? You were saying it didn't really delve into
And
that.
what it means to be punk.
It does not hit it. This is a personal, just opinion in it.
Yeah.
But I think that it doesn't. It kind of pulls its punches with that shit.
Yeah, right.
This game, if we look at it like Fallout 3, which was really great RPG, and then Fallout 3 New Vegas, still considered one of the best good RPGs out there. And then you look at Fallout 4, and they dumbed everything down with Fallout 4. Again, they kind of had more of an illusion of choice. It looked beautiful, but in terms of the RPG and leveling elements, things were kind of gone. You couldn't do as much. It felt a little bit smaller. And I think, the same thing can be said for like BioWare and Mass Effect 2, between 2 and 3. It became really popular and they dumbed it down. And the same Dragon Age 1 and 2. Dragon Age became really popular. Dragon Age 2 was kind of this smaller, dumbed down, glitzy thing. When something becomes really popular, The Witcher 3, huge game, one of the biggest.
They're the same developer as Cyberpunk.
You've named so many games and I haven't played any
They
of them.
took that RPG element and they dumbed it the fuck down for Cyberpunk. That's what I'm trying to get at.
What do you mean by pulling its punches? If you could do it without spoiling it, because I haven't finished the game.
I just think that it doesn't take any risks
Like in the
whatsoever.
narrative?
The biggest risk this game takes is with choosing your genitals. That's really kind of it.
Well, that's the thing. That isn't even that free.
It's not even that
Your
free.
gender is still attached to your voice, so they
Yeah.
make it seem really free. But you can tell they just did that so that they didn't have to do as much voice acting.
Right.
Yeah, and also your love interests for romance are like, some people just cancels out. And you're like, for a game that's like, you can be any gender you like, but everyone around you is very straight or very gay. It's a very black and white.
You had like a female body.
Yeah, and voice
And a dick.
with a penis. Yes.
But then you had sex with a woman and your penis disappeared?
Yeah.
What the fuck's that about?
I didn't have a penis.
You had a vagina?
I didn't have a
instead?
good look. You don't get a good look at it though. You know, that's one thing that I've got. You don't get a good look at the sex scene, man. It's actually
playable.
I mean, it's fine. It's nowhere near as uncomfortable as those fucking nerds at IGN were saying. Oh, the sex scenes make me uncomfortable. They're fucking nothing. They're nothing. They're just
comfortable.
You should
Yeah, they were like, oh, they made me
see
uncomfortable.
what
I'm just
Ben
like,
looks at.
Were they watching it with their parents?
yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I'm working on a review. Come and stand over my shoulder. I'm gonna pick
It's
my
obsession
genitals.
with like gamers are just obsessed with these sex scenes. It's just like
Go have sex.
go out and have sex.
Really
with someone.
juvenile, isn't it?
Just go have sex.
Yeah.
Not even that good. Sorry.
I understand why they would pull their punches though, because I feel like when you're doing a AAA title, like happened with The Last of Us 2, if you put any sort of challenging narrative in there, it's polarizing.
Yeah, people are gonna hate it anyway. If you start like pulling your punches and not doing what your sort of artistic vision is, I feel like, I mean, that's why I like Last of Us 2 is because it had a strong kind
At a
of
point.
direction to it. They were like, we're fucking doing this.
I thought I should say something that I liked about the game.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes,
we are being
there
very
is-
nice.
Minor
So-
spoiler.
Yeah.
I liked the bit where you were Keanu.
Yeah, I like that too.
Reeves?
You had big gun, everyone died
that
straight
was-
away, and you feel cool.
And you love shooting games.
And I love shooting games.
Did you like Keanu in the role?
I honestly, when I stopped playing the game, because I was streaming, I stopped playing the game like sort of just after he sort of,
Pops in. Yeah.
spoiler, entered V's head, and they were like fighting in her apartment. That is when I got to. But you know, I like Keanu Reeves.
I love Keanu.
He's a nice Canadian.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. Oh, he's so sad. Have you seen pictures of him? He's so sad all the time.
Yeah.
Have you got photos of him all the time?
Like whenever anyone takes a picture of him like eating a sandwich on a bench, like it's always like someone will post it on Facebook with like this, like 3 paragraphs about how sad his life is, how it's so wholesome because his life's so sad, and he's always like, I'm okay. Like one of his family members died. He's like, but I've still got a good life, making a good career.
But I thought the shooting was better than I expected it to be. Because someone sort of cautioned me, I can't remember who it was, but someone said beforehand, like, this is not a shooting game, basically.
I thought that the shooting was very, like, really fun.
I thought it was quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mind it.
No.
And I don't like shooting that much.
I mean, I didn't love playing it on Xbox, because I kind of picked playing it on Xbox because I thought, well, it's not big as a shooter, like, I tend to play shooting games on PC rather than console, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a bit more like, you know, the driving around or RPG sort of stuff, so I won't worry about the shooting so much. But I think that was the part where I was like, I should have played this on PC, because I was like, I'd be really enjoying this shooting stuff.
Yeah.
If I could.
I don't know how
control it
anyone
any
shoots
better.
anything with a controller.
It's hard. It's a challenge.
Yeah, shooting was good. Graphics are good. You know, there were parts in the story that I liked. I think that there was one side quest that I started doing pretty early on. It was with the mayoral candidate. And that was really, I fucking loved it.
Yeah. Right.
And I was like, more of that. I hope that we get more side quests like that. And we did not.
So there was one good side quest.
There are good but that side quest I was like, fuck yes. I hope they are all this level. But they are not.
But you were saying before that you loved playing it. It was
I did love playing
it was later on that you were feeling sad. Could it be possible you had a bad week?
No, I'm sort of looking at it. I'm looking at it back, you know, now.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of things that you're just like, it's a shame. I think it's
Yeah.
less. like angry. Like, how dare you? Like, I'm glad that I bought it. I'm glad that I played it. It's
kinda
worth
like,
the money. It just feels like such a shame. And I think a lot can be said about, I mean, that's with the bugs. They're a shame, but like bugs, I played computer on the PC, bugs, schmugs. There was nothing that I hadn't already experienced in like Skyrim or a Fallout game.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting as well because I think whenever there are like big bugs in a game like this, it's it's the squeaky wheel gets the grease sort of thing. Like that's not quite what I'm getting
That's why I always squeak.
Yes.
So you get the grease.
You love grease.
Grease her up. She's squeaking.
They're always saying that about me.
But I mean, when there's something, if there's like, especially a big game like this, if there's stuff that's wrong with it, then that's all anybody will talk about is all the problems with it. And
people
they make
love
such a big deal out of it, and it's quite hard, without because I wasn't playing it all through December and January, right? So it was kind of hard for me to judge like, is everyone having these problems, or is this like
my game was crashing?
Yeah.
And gamers love they just kind of decide to really hate something and then all of a sudden they're sending death threats to the developers.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, it really does not
They
deserve
were really
that.
heartbroken.
People
I mean,
need to be
you
hysterical.
saw the post about people like, I took a week off work to play this game and now I don't even want to play it and I'm crying.
Cyberpunk 2077 coming out with bugs, it's the least of that person's actual worries. And it's still a good game. But I think that the reason why it's easy to talk about the negatives is because I really...
There's nothing like gripping about it.
Yeah, there's something that it just feels like a little bit of a missed opportunity on most fronts. Because it is such a striking game.
There's other like AAA titles that I didn't necessarily love, but I felt the urge to keep going back and playing, like Spider-Man. But I just sort of like binged the whole fucking thing because I was just having fun. It wasn't even about this, like I wasn't like gripped by the story or anything. I was just having a fun time playing it. And Cyberpunk, I just forgot to keep playing.
There's another really good side quest with a criminal that you just kind of like this. It starts with a guy saying, "I want you to kill this man," and then goes wacky and cool. And I really like that one as well. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Hell yeah, dude. Alasdair, what do you think?
Wouldn't it be great if life had some side quests like that, where a guy's like, "You want to murder a man?" You go, It's like like real fork on the road decisions. They don't come up that often.
I think they're around.
I feel like I went on a side quest around 21 and it's still going. I'm still on this fucking side quest.
But hey,
I need to get back to the main story, bitch!
Probably got a lot of skill points. You should spend them.
I should fucking play the game. Just play the game, Ben. No, I've got to...
Get an office job, Ben.
I gotta finish this side quest. The side quest ends with nothing! You get nothing! But yeah.
Bit of fun.
Bit of fun.
The game is fine.
But there's one opportunity. Sorry, you go.
That was it.
She was going deep into
all your decisions come down.
Mine's usually the beginning of a really long sentence.
All your decisions come down to one point, which happens when you go and you try and get in a door and it says, you must make sure that you completed everything because this is it. You go, okay. And that's when you will make the big decision.
Right.
So it's not all your decisions. It's just that one point that you makes your decisions. To me, anyway.
Like, be right. I'll come back later.
Yeah, like it's just. I said I'll come back later, and I did everything, and then I went back, and I got tired of doing everything. Then I went back and completed the main mission.
I mean, isn't that like most games?
Yeah, but I'm just saying that
to end it.
The ending.
Beck was playing Bugsnax the other day. It does that same thing.
Yeah, but that's not the point
that I actually think Cyberpunk copied Bugsnax. A lot of Bugsnax.
That's not the criticism that I'm having. It's the fact that all these choices that they give you is actually just one choice at the end to determine your endings.
It's not like Life is Strange 2. I was playing that, and that your choices do have an impact on the characters and shapes.
They will remember this. They will remember this. Like Until Dawn, which I was recently playing on Twitch.
Yeah.
And I made every mistake that made everyone die.
Oh, right.
There you go.
And did that have an impact on things?
a huge impact.
Yep.
I didn't press a button in time and watch someone's eyes get fucking thumbed in.
All right. The meat peripheral.
Yeah. No more meat peripherals. That's for sure.
Eye gouging really
got a solution
tickles
to that.
Evan's belly.
Tickles his belly.
Really tickles your belly, eye gouging, huh?
No. They're just the phrase meat peripherals is a funny.
Eye gouging.
What's your favorite meat peripheral?
Oh. And is it cut or uncut?
Peripheral's got to be something on the outside, so it's kind of labial, isn't it?
Are eyes and ears
What?
even meat?
Peripheral, meat peripheral. It's
Oh,
something
you
on
mean
the,
like...
Oh, it's on the
Okay.
periphery
Yeah.
of meat.
Yeah.
Guys are jelly.
No, but it's like, like
Eyes aren't meat.
if you had like
Eyes are jelly.
a meat peripheral, it would be like, let's say you were in a meat bracket.
Labia minora or majora?
Majora, I think that's really the peripheral out there.
I mean, they're
You know,
both
the
peripheral.
majora is like the straight ahead vision. Like you stare with your menorah.
You
but
stare with your labia
but you're-
minora?
Yeah.
I know what you guys are all thinking. This guy fucked.
Yeah, I'm starting to think you don't even have a vagina.
It's the eye of the
This
storm.
guy fucked.
Menorah.
100%.
The eye of the storm is the menorah.
No, okay.
That's
So
what-
out the urethra, that's where the eye of the storm is, right?
Yeah, explain
No,
to...
Alasdair, I learned all about this in grade 6.
Nothing's happening in there. That's just where it's calm. Right? And
Alasdair, explain to
Right?
her what her vagina is.
then you got the menorah. You may not know this. It's okay.
Straight ahead.
I'm just talking about peripheries. You need to see the periphery.
Okay.
Just an ear.
Oh yeah, that's a good option. The ear really is the labia majora of the head.
It's the ears are the pussy of the head. That's what I always say.
Labia minora is the eyes, I guess, because
Menorah, I
they're
don't know.
looking
Could be the
straight ahead.
nostrils. Could be the nostrils, or maybe the menorah.
way.
No, the eyes. Okay, you're right. The eyes.
The teeth, maybe?
Teeth. Yeah. No, I think that's the. I don't know. It could be that.
That's
what's
the
that?
teeth of the vagina.
What's that cervix hole at the back there? Cervix.
Vulva teeth?
Vulva teeth. Vulvatethia.
Vulvatethia.
I'm so sorry.
Maybe
Reminds
we
me,
should.
I gotta go to the
When you
dentist.
do your radio show, you go, "Hey, it's Alasdair beaming into your head pussies." Straight into your head pussies.
Put that in your little meditation.
I don't.
pitch.
I don't talk as much on that radio show as I
can
do
see
here.
why.
Yeah.
But again, I am on the
beautiful.
first
I'm just-
episode, and I talk
Okay.
about my labia minora
looked
a
hurt.
lot.
Looked like I hurt you.
We did.
What?
When you were up on the computers episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks for doing that.
You didn't hear what I said.
Oh, okay.
But you're on the first episode of this
I am
podcast?
on the first episode.
Oh, wow. Well,
it wasn't even recorded as the first episode. They just liked it.
Yeah. We liked it so much. We thought that episode with Naomi is so good. It's the second best episode. We'll put that at the front.
No, you fuck.
We'll talk about exactly what that is at the end of the show. We'll plug that show that he's talking about. I can do it now. It's a Radio National show that Alice is doing. We'll talk about it later. That is all for this week. Well,
We talked about games.
we did talk about games. I'm proud of us. We did well. Look at us go.
You did well.
Yeah. Sorry about my contributions.
No, it's always good to have an
outsider.
a different perspective. Yeah.
Non-gamer, normie.
Yeah, you're a normie. No, but you play games.
Yeah, I play games. I
You've
got.
been playing.
What's your favorite game?
Hey.
What's your favorite game?
I like Baldur's Gate. Didn't mind. What's that? What's that one where you was with the bullet time one?
What?
Max Payne.
Pain.
Max
Oh,
Payne.
great game.
It was great.
So good.
Played a bit of Mario Kart.
Fuck
okay.
yeah,
Wow,
brother.
what's that like?
There you go.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you can if you use the shoulder buttons, you jump.
Yeah, all right.
Pretty good.
And you're a car and you can jump.
Yeah, jumping car. That's a small car.
The car?
I think so.
No, you're not the car. You're the person driving it.
I always picture myself as the car,
That's the
and,
difference between you and I.
and then I pick the character who rides me. Isn't that
Right.
what it is?
But the character's in you.
Eh? Yeah, I surround it. It's like a hug.
You envelop it.
Yeah.
Right.
Is it more arcadey or?
It's realism. It's pretty real. It's pretty realistic. It's like Grid.
Yeah, right.
You
Okay.
ever played Grid?
Yeah, Race
I've never played Grid.
Yeah. Well, we did it on this episode, bro.
We did it on the show before. Yeah.
Wow.
We talked about how grids within grids, and it was a bit of a
Yeah.
Why did you get me
riff
on for
there.
that?
You
You
were
were.
on.
Let's let's wrap up the show. Before we do, let's go to a bloody old Patreon question.
Hey.
The top voted question this week was from David Byrne.
From the Talking Heads.
On the talk, yeah, I love your music.
Dave Bourne. Byrne? Bourne.
Shane Bourne,
No.
Shane Bourne.
welcome back to.
His question was, when
Thank God
Naomi,
you're here.
when Naomi hits the big time on Netflix, will she still hang out with you guys?
I don't hang out with them now. As soon as Evan says cut, I'm out the fucking door. I hate these cunts.
She's just joking.
Sometimes we do things.
And you got to realize money in this industry isn't so plentiful as it
Yeah.
once was. And so,
It's not like she's buying a yacht.
we need a lot of side gigs. I mean, look, I don't know
true.
what the Netflix money that Naomi's making, but
Not as much as I'm sure a lot of you would guess.
yeah.
It's not like we're making HBO money over here.
And I think even HBO money is low compared to.
I mean, I'm not even making
Network
Netflix money. I'm
Yeah.
making Netflix co-pro money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made 14 grand to make the radio show.
That's okay.
Really?
Yeah, it was about 400 a day for writing and 700 a day for the recordings.
Wow.
I mean, that's an interesting insight, but a bit of an odd thing to.
I got paid $400 to go on,
Wow, yeah, that's
which was the most money I had made in quite a while. So I was
Yeah.
very
You got
grateful
paid
for
the
that.
same amount of money as.
well, as I got for one of the writing.
No, I was only there for like 2 hours.
I got paid for. I do ad work.
You do ad work.
That pays pretty well.
I would love to do ad work.
Yeah,
Let's talk figures.
I've not
Ben.
been cast.
I'm not going to tell you how much.
All right, okay. But
But it's a lot.
It's unusual to talk openly about how much you get paid
Yeah.
for things.
I think it's brave.
Thank you.
I respect you for
The reason why people can screw you is because nobody knows how much people get paid.
Yeah, it's often in people's
You're like the
contracts that you're not
opposite
allowed
of,
to say.
That Google guy who was mad at women.
Vin,
I don't have any
Sergey
information
Brin?
beyond the sentence I said.
Larry Page.
Larry Page,
Yes.
Microsoft.
That's a different company.
Oh,
Wage gap, look it up.
Anyway, Dave Byrne from the Talking Heads had a question.
Yeah, and it was.
It was
David
Will Naomi
Bourne
be
from the
friends with
Talking
you?
Bourne movie.
Oh, really? That was it?
Yeah, that was the question. It was the
I'm
top
sorry,
voted.
it wasn't
Stick to
about-
music.
Don't give up your day job, David Byrne.
Yeah, probably. I don't really have a lot going on. You know,
You'll be back.
we hang out.
I'll be back.
Yeah.
I'd say, who do I see out of the three of you the most?
Hello.
Not Alasdair. But that's fine. He has a wife and children.
Yeah.
It's true.
We sometimes speak in the virtual world.
We Twitch stream.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sometimes I see you when I'm seeing Bec and you are there.
Yep.
Brutal.
Not that I'm not as happy to
happens.
see you as I am to see Bec.
Right, that's fair enough.
It's a girl thing.
I've been away.
You have been away.
You have
I
been,
haven't
yeah.
seen a lot of you recently because you were stuck in Brisbane.
Which is actually not that bad. Brisbane is not as bad as what you think it's going to be. It's actually quite pleasant. It's actually a
Okay.
pleasant place. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody's rationalizing.
It's not. It's not. I had a really nice time.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
All right. Yeah, places are nice. Mhm,
Went up to the bloody sunny coast.
Oh yeah,
Oh, you
great.
did.
Got some rays, my brothers and sisters. You can probably tell.
I got
Oh,
so
God.
sunburnt the other day. Do you want to see my back? Look.
Do I?
Oh, we're getting,
Yeah.
God.
I think there's a red light on you.
Jesus.
What?
I think there's
I
genuinely.
mean, there is a light on you that's red, but
You
that.
can see the lines. Yeah, I really fucked up.
That jacket's really nice.
Thank you. It is. I stole it.
Like, she is not wearing a jacket ever.
That's her shoulders.
How do we tell him that's not a jacket?
Well, it's very nice.
I stole this from the set of my new show, Why You Like This, coming out on ABC on February 16th and Netflix later on.
It's really
Talk
brave
about it
of you to come out and talk about how much you steal.
Oh, they let me have it.
All right.
How much do you steal?
From TV sets?
No, do you
Everywhere.
shop?
What? I don't shoplift.
Okay.
Look at me.
They're corporations, okay? It's fine. It's activism.
Everything's a brown onion with you, isn't it?
What?
Everything's going in as a brown onion.
Scanning on this.
Oh, this thing.
Checkout.
Oh,
That's a mango. That's a brown onion tonight.
This Matador jacket is a brown onion.
you fuck!
It's all brown onions. But someone think of the farmers.
I forgot. I was wearing this jacket when I last saw Alasdair, which is ages ago because we don't hang out.
We do.
And he said that I look like a matador, and it threw me off the entire podcast.
And then it became the second best podcast of my whole radio show called The Pop Test.
Yes, we'll talk about it later. If you have a question,
Always later with you.
Well, Alasdair is like a bull.
there's a script. If you have a question you'd like us to answer on the show, jump on the $10 Patreon tier. Now we have to thank our top patrons. Big thanks to Adam Donaghy, Adam Giambattista, Alice, Amy G. I said that as though there was a second name, but there wasn't. Belisaru, Ben Lovett, Cameron Fulwood, Shemeth Widgeratney, Chandler the Bakerman, Christian Nordheim,
Christian Sanchez!
Cypher DH, David Bourne, David Cunningham, Dixie Dean 17, Drew Peisner, Drew Schuller, Elliot C.M., Aaron Kindler, Evan S. Darling, Gay Karl Marx, Jen B., Greg Middleton, Jack F. Mufati, Jamatar, Josh Apter, Kieran Desmondo, Kylie Jones, Lachlan Chapman, Matthew Ryan, Marissa Layden, Moneyman Sam, Nestor Gaharo, Paul Barbie, Perry Ritter, Peter Ways Shazko, Fodor, Rattlehead Jake, Roasaw, Robbie Proctor, Santeri Raikkonen, Scott Chapman, Shabib Hayder, Sean Parkt, Stephen Burke, Siraj Perry, and Zach Steinbacher. Thank you so much for being our top patrons. If you want your name read out on the show, you can jump on the $20 Patreon tier. You might even get a bit of accompaniment there. There's some great benefits to signing up. You get the episodes early, although at the moment we're doing the whole Twitch thing, but we're going to actually turn off the VOD on Twitch, so it sort of preserves that. Look, that's bad men. You also get to join us on the Discord, which is a little Patreon-only bonus thing. Come chat with everybody. It's a great little community we've got going on there. You also get a copy of the cheat sheets that Bec prepares for the show every week. They're a great little read.
Very good.
Very good. And you can also send in questions that then get voted on, and
Questions about me and my show.
anything you can literally ask anything you like.
Again, if you just DM me and send me $15, I'll read out your name on the show. So that's a $5 saving.
Would you just do would you just do a selfie video and just read it, you saying their name for $15 and then just send it to them?
No, I come on the next show after they send me the money and I read out their name.
In the meantime, check out the pop test on ABC.
He's not done with this.
We'll talk about it.
Oh, sorry.
Talk about it later.
We'll talk about it later. So on the on the $25 tier, you get a mug as well. So that's on top of all those other great things. You can sign up.
Personally, I'd go for that.
That's what the thing says. She doesn't actually feel that way.
If you subscribe to my Twitch right now, I'll smash this. No, I'm not.
You can't smash a mug.
I can fucking smash a mug, bro.
Yeah, all right. These are pretty good. They're pretty
They are very
sturdy.
good mugs.
Are you honestly?
I put mine in the dishwasher, comes out just great.
Yeah, right.
Looking the same.
Right.
I will break the fucking new desk, man.
Don't break the desk. No, that cost a lot of money. That's great, Al. Well done. Don't do that.
So sign up to our Patreon at patreon.com/gameygame.
Yeah.
Don't
break the
not near
screens.
the screens.
Makes me very nervous. If you enjoy the show, you can subscribe
Saying
to the
that I
channel.
can't break a mug.
I'm
What are you,
not-
insane?
It's not a challenge.
Can't. The thing is that he actually can't.
If you enjoy the show, subscribe to the channel. You can also subscribe to our Twitch or follow us or what have you, or just watch it. It's nice if you just watch it on the Switch.
It's nice if you just
It's
watch
just
it on
nice
the
to have people watching.
You call that a mug?
You can tell your friends, share the show around to other people. There's the Clips channel. You can podcast the show if you like. You can just
Really?
Plus, we have a subreddit now.
Oh, and there's a subreddit now, which is
You could
Reddit.
spend every waking hour consuming this content in various ways.
And then go insane.
Yeah, but it is the same episode, like
Doesn't matter.
Over and over again.
I mean, you can do that with any content then.
Yeah, but there's not as many places to get it.
there's a lot of formats this show
Yeah,
has.
yeah.
It's like you can
Formats.
consume it in various different ways.
Read it on Reddit. Do you just put the transcript on Reddit?
No, we don't.
Should.
It's like water.
It's like water.
You can consume it in different
Liquid,
Mm-hmm.
gas.
We're 70.
Solid.
We're all made of 70% gamey.
That's smart.
If you put Gamey Game in a cup, it becomes the cup. And I break it! Yeah!
Did you have something you wanted to plug, Naomi?
I do. I don't. You didn't mention this earlier. I have a TV show coming out.
Yeah.
Why Are You Like This? On Feb 16th on iView that evening. And for the
So
rest
for
of
Australians,
the,
it's-
that's for Australians.
Yep.
For the rest of the world, Netflix at an undisclosed date.
We'll let you know.
Also, I do have a Twitch channel.
Which is?
I'm sure you put the link in the bio. For sure, you would have done that.
It's
I
in
mean,
your name, Super, when you're introduced at the start of the show. But I'm not sure.
Well,
if
what
I
are
think
people
the
gonna do
description.
now?
I'm not sure if it's in the description, but you could say what it is, and then people might look it
No.
up. Okay.
I'll check out the pop test on ABC
On Radio
No,
National.
later.
and Radio National
Well, it is on Radio National.
and Radio National as well as ABC.
Check out the channel, Radio National.
Check out Radio National on the ABC
And on Twitch.
and on Twitch. You on Twitch?
Yeah, I'd love to start doing more Twitch. So we'll do guided meditations. Maybe we'll just have a chat. I'll start playing a game. I'll bring back Max Payne.
Great. That
Sounds
would be
lovely.
actually a lot of fun.
Wow. I didn't
also-
realize it's genuine interest.
It's a great game.
Check out the Grub podcast that I
Yeah.
do, and I stream on Bond Member.
Yeah.
And I do Two in the Think Tank podcast, and I do Shusher Guided Meditations.
You do too.
And you can also get Magma at sospresents.com, which is a live show that we did. But mostly, download the podcast on podcast starting tomorrow, which will be probably yesterday when you watch this, if this is the YouTube. I love you.
I think that
Oh,
we
okay.
should all kiss
Who are you talking to?
the audience.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Right. Good.
Everyone in the audience kiss now.
Everybody kiss right now.
Now you.
Everybody
all
kiss right now.
That
Everybody kiss on the lips right now. Everybody kiss right now.
Right now.
Everybody
is
kiss
all
on
for
the
this
lips right
week.
now.
Thanks so much
Everybody
for
kiss
watching.
right now.
We will
Right
catch
now.
you next
Everybody
week.
kiss on the lips right now.
When?
Everybody kiss on now.
Oh.
Grab your friend, kiss them on the lips, have a kiss and love them now. Everybody kiss on the lips right now.
Oh,
Everybody
lips, I'm doing
kiss right
tongue.
now. Everybody kiss on the lips right now. Everybody kiss right now.
Now.
Great.